Today we are going to do quality, that is from your literature reader book. In this chapter, there is one main character, that is Yes. This was a shoemaker. See, shoemaker. This story is about a shoemaker and the art of shoemaking. Do you think it is a work of an art? Do you agree with me? Type in chat box. Yes or no? What do you think? What do you think? It is a piece of art or not? It is a piece of art or not? Shoemaking. Yes, it is a piece of art. It is an artistic work. So through this chapter, we will come to know that how did Mr. Gessler, okay, became famous in the profession of shoemaking and how his work can be considered as a work of art. And after, in this chapter, we will also come to know about the death of that great artist. Death of a great artist. That how did he die, what was his life, how did he survive in his life. He was only a simple shoemaker, but he became famous. What was the reason for his fame? So all the things we are going to come to know about the, you can say, great life of Mr. Gessler, because whole of the story revolves around that person. So for that, I'm going to share a screen with you. And my dear student, you also open your books. Okay, you also open your book so that we can go through the chapter. So get ready with that. So first in this, before reading, we have to go through that can a shoemaker be called an artist? Can we consider the work of shoemaking as an artist? Yes, because there was any another person who was having same skill, who was having same pride in that business and same respect he got. Okay, basically Mr. Gessler, he is a German shoemaker. He belonged to London. He settled in London and he was a perfect artist. Okay, so we will go through this story very, very carefully and we will come to know about this thing. Okay, so here I is used for what? I knew him. Who is I here? So I word is used for narrator. Clear? I is used for narrator. Okay, beta. Now, Drishti, you read first page only. Yes, Drishti, you read first page.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. I knew him from the days of my extreme youth because he made my father's boots. He lived with his elder brother in his shop, which was in a small by street in a fashionable part of London. The shop had a certain quiet distinction. There was no sign upon it other than the name of Gessler Brothers, and in the window a few pairs of boots. He made only what was ordered, and what he made never failed to fit. To make boots, such boots as he made, seemed to me then, and still seems to me, mysterious and wonderful. I remember well my shy remarks one day while stretching out to him my youthful foot. Isn't it awfully hard to do, Mr. Gessler? And his answer given with a sudden smile from out the redness of his beard.
Okay. Now, in this chapter, the narrator is saying that I is used for a narrator. Okay. So the narrator is saying that he knows that Gessler from the very days of his youth. It means when he was young, from those days he was known to that Gessler. Okay, why so? Because when narrator was a child, okay, when he was young, he knew that Mr. Gessler, and Mr. Gessler used to make shoes of his father. Okay, and Mr. Gessler, he used to live with his elder brother. Okay, and his you can say shop was in a small by street in a very fashionable part of London. It was situated, and this shop had a certain quite distinction. Distinction means you can say difference. This shop had a very quite difference. Why so? Because there was other no sign upon that. That because on that shop there was not name written Mr. Gessler like that. It was not written like that. Okay, because in the window only few pairs of shoes were kept. Okay, and he used to make shoes on order. Okay, it means whatever the order he used to receive, he used to make only those kind of shoes. And still seems to be mysterious and wonderful. Mysterious, you can say, write down the meaning of mysterious. Mysterious means strange. Okay, bache, write down the meaning side by side. Write down the meaning side by side. Mysterious means, write down the meaning of mysterious. Underline in your book. So mysterious means strange. So mysterious means strange. So the shoes he used to make, they all were so strange. They all were so wonderful. Okay, and here the poet, here the narrator is saying that he remembered his shy remarks. Why so? Because one day he went there along with his father for his shoes. Okay, so what was the dialect spoken? Isn't it awfully hard to do, Mr. Gessler? And his answer given with a sudden smile from out of the redness of his beard. It is an audit. So what is the meaning of that? It means he was making shoes only on order. So when the writer asked Mr. Gessler that if it was not difficult to make the shoes that perfectly fitted him, okay, but he replied in a very German accent. The line which is written, "Ed is an added," it is a German accent. It means it was an art. What is the meaning of this line? The meaning of this line is it was an art. So this German language is written, its meaning is it was an art. So when the narrator asked Mr. Gessler that it was very much difficult to make shoes which should be perfectly fitted for his feet. So what was the reply of that? The reply is written in a German language. So according to this German language, the meaning is it was an art. So bache, you underline the line that is given in front of you. Okay. And after that, you just write down the meaning of that German language. It was an art. Okay, so after that it was not possible to go with him very often. His boots lasted terribly. So here appreciation remarks are given that it was not possible to go him very often. It means whenever any person used to come to him to get shoes, so they did not visit him again and again, because whatever the shoes made by Mr. Gessler, they were lasting terribly. It means their life was so long. Awfully, terribly means awfully. So their shoes lasted long. It means there was no need to go to that shop again. Their shoes were living for a long period of time. Okay, clear? If this page is clear, shall I move further? If this page is clear, shall I move further? You can see this is Gessler's brother's shop. Okay, not too much well flourished. Only some of the shoes are kept in the window. These are made on order. Okay. So now, Himanshi, you read this page. Himanshi, can you read this page? Yes, Jalash, you start reading this. I think due to poor connection. Yes, Jalashveer.
मैम आपकी आवाज ना बीच बीच में अच्छी तरह नहीं आ रही है
There is a network issue. There is a network issue. You continue reading second page.
मैम नहीं
You continue reading second page.
beyond the temporary some essence of roots stitched into them. One went in not as into most shops, but restfully as one enters a church, and sitting on the single wooden chair waited. A guttural sound and the tip-tap of his slippers beating the narrow wooden stairs, and he would stand before one without coat. A little bent in the leather, upon with sleeves turned black, back, blinking as if awakened from some dream of youth. And I would say, how do you do? Mr. Gessler, could you make me a pair of Russian leather boots? Without a word, he would leave me retiring whence he came or into the other portion of the shop.
So what happened?
And I would continue to rest the wooden.
Wait. So what happened here? So what was going on? One went in not as into most shops, but restfully as one enters a church and sitting on the single wooden chair waited. A guttural sound and the tip tap of his slippers beating the narrow wooden stairs, and he would stand before one without coat, a little bent in leather apron with sleeves turned back, blinking as if awakened from some dream of booze. So here, description, physical, you can say physical beauty is described, physical description is described of that person, that artistic, how was he looking? Okay. So here you can say that person, he used to do work without wearing a coat. Okay, his body was little bent and he used to wear a leather apron. Okay, and his sleeves, they were turned back while doing the work, and he was blinking. Okay, and he was so, you can say blinking means opening and closing his eyes. Okay, and he was so absorbed, he was so busy in his work. So such kind of condition was given about that Gessler when he was completely absorbed in his work. Okay. So after that, one of the narrator, one day he went there and he said, how do you do, Mr. Gessler? Could you make me a pair of Russian leather boots? So this order was given by a narrator that he could make a Russian leather boots for him. Okay. So without a word, he would leave me retiring whence he came or into the other portion of the shop, and I would continue to rest in the wooden chair, inhaling the incense of his trade. Okay. So what happened when such kind of order was given by the narrator? After listening to this thing without uttering a single word, he left him there and he retired. It means he went from there and he went into the another portion of the shop. Okay, and he was showing that he was continuing, he was doing his work, and the narrator, he was taking rest on the wooden chair, and while sitting on the wooden chair, he was inhaling the incense of his faith. What is the meaning of incense? Incense, you can say the fragrance of like that. Because when we go in mosque, we go in temples or church, we burn incense. Okay, these are the sticks which gives us a fragrance. Okay, which we burn in front of God. Okay, but here what kind of fragrance was coming? Because he was a shoemaker. So which kind of fragrance was coming? Type in chat box. If you go to shoe store, which kind of fragrance will you feel? Tell me, type in chat box. Yes, Satvik has written. He is the first one to write down correct answer. It will be a fragrance of, yes, Arshia, Jasleen, Drishti, all have written correct. It would be a fragrance of, yes, smell of leather. Yes. So here smell of leather is compared to what? See, from the leather shop, which kind of smell was coming? It was a smell of leather, but it is compared to incense. Just wait for a minute. So it was an incense. This fragrance is, you can say fragrance of, just wait, let me write down. See, fragrance of that, this fragrance is found on the holy places like mosque, temple, gurdwara, church. So fragrance of incense is compared to, yes, compared to the smell of leather. Okay, so fragrance of incense is compared to leather. Okay, so narrator was resting on the wooden chair. He was just inhaling. What is the meaning of inhaling? Inhaling means you can say smelling. Okay, inhaling means breathing in. So bachche, write down the meaning of inhaling. Inhaling means breathing in. So he was just breathing in the smell of that leather, golden brown leather. Okay. So with eyes fixed on it, he would remark, what a beautiful piece. When I too had admired it, it would speak again, when do you want them? So the narrator was admiring, appreciating. See, spellings are written wrong. Beautiful, bees, want them. It is basically the Gessler, he was a German person. Okay, so that's why the accent is written like that. So when he was appreciating shoes, so Gessler asked him that when do you want those shoes? Okay, so he spoke like that, tomorrow fortnight, tomorrow fortnight. What is the meaning of fortnight? Tell me. A period of 2 weeks. Yes. So period of 2 weeks. Write down the meaning of this. So write down the meaning of fortnight here. Period of 2 weeks. That he wanted his shoes in the time of 2 weeks. Okay. So, or if he were his elder brother, I will ask my brother. Brother is written, it means brother. It is given here. You can read these. What a beautiful piece. When do you want them? Fortnight, brother. So just like that, it is written here. Clear, bache? So then I would murmur. What is the meaning of murmur? Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of murmur? What is the meaning of murmur? Yes, whisper. It means speak softly. Speak softly in a low tone. In a low tone. Okay. So thank you. Good morning, Mr. Gessler. Good morning. He would reply, still looking at the leather in his hand. It means when you used to wish that person, he used to give, used to wish you back. He used to reply you back, but he was completely busy in his work. Okay, it means his concentration was only on his work. Okay, so as narrator was moving to the door, so he used to listen the tip tap of his slipper. Tip tap means the sound of his slippers. Okay, and he used to go up. Okay, Why so? To the dream of boots. Dream of boots means, it means workshop where he was working, okay, and he used to go there to work on his shoes, okay. So this was a way which is basically told that how he used to receive the orders and how he was completely busy in his work, okay. So dream you board, it means now the narrator has given him order that this kind of shoes I want, I like this piece, I want this order within a period of fortnight. So he was so busy in his work that Mr. Gessler, you can see his condition is so pathetic, he is so old, okay, so he looks so tired, he is always busy in his work, and he used to go up, okay, to bring all the equipments, or you can say instrument which was required to take the measurement, okay, so that he could start working on his shoes, okay. So here the narrator is telling about his experience. This is the narrator and this is Mr. Gessler. You can imagine now, this is narrator, okay, and here this is Mr. Gessler. So up to that chapter is clear. Shall I move further? Okay, now Rivia, you read. I cannot forget that day. You read this.
Yes, ma'am. I cannot forget that day. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
I cannot forget that day on which I had occasion to say him, Mr. Gessler, that last pair of boots creaked. You know, he looked at me for a time without replying, as if he expecting me to withdraw or qualify the statement. Then he said, I do shouldn't if creaked out. It did, I am afraid. You got them with before they found themselves. I don't think so. At that, he lowered his eyes as if hunting for memory of those boots. And I felt sorry. I mentioned this grave thing. Send them back, he said. I will look at them. Zone bloods, he continued slowly, are bad from the bird. If I can do nodding with them, I can take if off your bill.
Okay.
Once,
Wait. Now see, in this language is written like that, but exact meaning of English that is given side by side. So you can go through this. So here the narrator is telling about his experience that he just can't forget that day on which he got a chance to say to him that last pair of his shoes creaked. Creaked means they were making sound. Okay. So when that complaint was given by narrator that the shoes you made, they were making sound. So Mr. Gessler looked at him without giving a reply, and now after that, what was his response after listening to the complaint? Okay, to withdraw or quality of the statement, then asked, it should not be of creak. It means it should not have creaked. It means it would not have made a sound. So this dialogue was spoken by narrator, but after that, what was the dialogue which was spoken by that if your shoes are making sound, it means they got them wet. It means you made them wet. Because of that becoming wet, they are making sound. So what was the next dialogue? That you just give shoes to me again, I will repair it. Okay. So he said that Some shoes are bad from birth. If I can do nothing with them, I take them off your bill. So he said that if I will not be able to repair your shoes, so you can take your bill back. It means I will give your money back. See how much honest he was. So from that conversation, we have come to know that when one of the customer used to complain about that this shoes is creating such a problem, so he was such a honest person that he was ready to repair. And after that, he also spoke like that, that if he could not be repaired like this, so he would be able to give them money back. But does it happen in our daily life? Tell me, when we go to market, we purchase anything and we are not satisfied with the product and we go back and we want to return them, do they give us money back? Even they don't listen to our complaints sometime, isn't it? They don't give the money back. They say the things which are sold once, it cannot be. What is written in the shops? Tell me. Yes, cannot be returned. Things which are sold once cannot be returned. Yes, no return, no exchange. It is written in shops or not? In big malls, what is return? No return, no exchange, no refund. Yes, it is written like that. But see that how honest he was, that when such kind of complaint was given, so he was ready to give the money back. Okay, Divya, read further.
Yes, ma'am. Once only, I was absent-mindedly into his shop in a pair of boots bought in an emergency at some large firm. He took my order without showing me any leather, and if I could feel his eyes penetrating the inferior covering of my foot, at last he said, "Those are not my boots." The tone was not one of anger, nor of sorrow, not even of contempt, but there was in it something quite that froze the blood. He put his hand down and pressed a finger on the place where the left boot was not quite comfortable. "It hurts you there," he said. Those big worms those big worms have not self-respected. And then, as if something had given way within him, he spoke long and bitterly. It was the only time I ever heard him discuss the conditions and hardships of his trade.
Okay. So he accepted his mistake. He said, okay, if my shoes are creating sound, so you can give me back. I'll be able to repair it and I will not take money if I'm not able to repair it very well. Okay. So here narrator is telling about his one of another experience. What was his experience? That one day absent-mindedly means without, you can say, thoughtless, without any thought. Absent-mindedly means, write down the meaning of absent-mindedly. It means without thinking, without any plan, without any thinking. Okay. So what happened? He went to his shop and here narrator is telling another experience that one day without thinking he went into one of his shop there, and he purchased pair of boots and bought in an emergency at some large firm. Okay. So he took that order without showing any leather. Okay. So I could feel his eyes penetrating. Penetrating means passing through. Okay. So he was thinking that one day he has purchased a shoes from one of the good shop. Okay. From a very large firm. So when Gester was about to take his order, so he was thinking, he thought that he would be thinking like this, that he was wearing those shoes which was, you can say, not of so good quality. Inferior means very low quality, and those low qualities were covering his feet. Okay. So he said, those are not my boots. It means those shoes not belong to me. So there was a tone of anger, sorrow, not even of contempt, but there was not in something quiet that froze the blood. Okay, it means, what is the meaning of these lines? So when this complaint, one day the writer went to him to place an order. Okay, and he went into that shop without any planning, without any thinking, and at that time narrator was wearing a pair of shoes, that those shoes he had bought in an emergency. And in an emergency, from where did he purchase? From a very big large firm, from a very big shop. Okay, so Mr. Gessler, he looked at the shoes very carefully. He pressed a finger on the place where the shoe was not very comfortable, and he felt sad, and he commented very bitterly that it hurt the customer, but still big firms, big shoe companies, they do not bother about it. Okay, they attracted the customer only with the, you can say, advertisement, not with their work. Okay, so this was the reason that Mr. Gessler, he was losing his business, because there were big farms, big shopping malls where people used to go, customer used to go, and they used to purchase the shoes only with the advertisement. They were attracted towards the advertisement. They were not thinking that this shoe should be feeling comfortable for us. So this was the basic reason that Mr. Gessler business was going down and down, and writer, he was feeling so sympathetic towards Mr. Gessler that he ordered many pair of shoes so instantly. Okay, so this was all about up to this. Rest of the chapter we will be doing tomorrow. Okay, if you face any kind of problem, you can ask me. If any of the content is not clear. Yes, Guneet, what is your doubt? Yes, Lakshay, your doubt? So we will continue this topic tomorrow. By the time in evening, you can do this homework. You can go through this chapter again. Whatever we have done today, if there is any kind of problem, you can ask the bache tomorrow. Okay?
मैम
Yes.
No doubt, ma'am.
मैम मैम यहाँ पे टी की जगह डी क्यों लिखा है?
Penetrating, passing through.
Ma'am.
Contempt means hate. Okay, students?
मैम यहाँ पे डी
Yes.
की जगह टी की जगह डी क्यों लिखा हुआ है?
Here, beta. It is contempt. Contempt means hate.
मैम जो बुक में जो स्पेलिंग्स लिखे हुए हैं वो
So these are the correct spelling. Contempt. You copy these spellings which are right in front of you. Copy these spellings. Contempt means to hate somebody. Okay. So rest of the chapter we will continue tomorrow. By the time take care.
मैम जो सेकंड पेज है उसमें इंसेंस का क्या मीनिंग है?
Incense means the sticks which are burned in temples. Okay, which give us fragrance.
ओके मैम.